Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Open at 6 a.m.
on 93.3 KZZ.
So the child tax credit is what it's called. Is that right?
Yeah.
And now Billy at H&R Block apparently had to take a call from somebody more important than us. So he's like, guys, I can't do it right now. But Jeff, he filled you in on what's going on.
Yeah, he actually has ins at the IRS. Like, I think he's a family member that's like a high-ranking member of the IRS. That's what he's told me in the past. But, when this news started to circulate over the weekend, because that's when people started getting their payment. They started getting their payment on Thursday.
How did you get yours? Direct deposit?
No, it was, for some reason, it was a check.
Oh, okay.
And it came over
That's what
the
I saw on
weekend.
the news. They were printing checks. I'm like, what happened to direct deposit?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be direct
Save some
deposit. So I
postage.
kept looking. I was like, oh, maybe I don't qualify. But then I went on the IRS website at behest of Billy's advice. And he said, yeah, you should go on the website. Here's the thing, okay, is in 2020, they use your 2020 tax information to determine whether or not you qualify. But what was everybody doing in 2020?
A lot of people took a hit in 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, I know everybody I know took a hit in some way, shape, or form. Whether they owned a business, especially, or even if they were working, they either got their salary cut, their hours cut. I mean, everybody took some kind of hit.
So then as we started to emerge in 2021, people started getting vaccinated. The government said you can go back to work, blah, blah, blah. Then people go back to work and they start making money. Well, the cutoff for anybody with these children is $150,000. So they're going.
What does that mean, the cutoff?
The cutoff meaning that you qualify if you are
Under 150?
If you're under
household income?
Household income under
Gotcha.
150. Okay. If you're over 150, you don't qualify. Now this is a tax credit. So now it's conceivable that you could make under 150,000, but if you're close to, you should opt out because you're going to get a big surprise when you go to file your 2021 taxes. And they're like, okay, all that money we gave you from July to December, we're going to need that back now. If you made over the 150. Now there are tiers to it. So between 150 and 200,000, they won't ask. If you're over 200,000, then they're going to ask you all for all of it back. But there's tiers. They're going to ask for some of it back between 150 and 200,000. And I was just wondering, I guess in many instances, a lot of people will get the money up front. But you can, in talking to Billy at H&R Block, he said to me, but, if you don't need it now, don't take it now. Because if there's any possibility that you're going to make over that $150,000, which we are just borderline, then you'll get it back next year. And I like that. I like the fact that I get like a tax return as opposed to getting a little bit up front sprinkled out over 6 months. And then being like, oh yeah, remember all that money we gave you? You're going to have to give it back because I could just get it all.
Sometimes I think instead of getting a boat, I should have got a kid. I'd be privy to all these benefits, tax cuts.
Well, if your family makes under a certain amount of money.
Yeah, but you get ridiculous. You get write-offs when you get a kid.
Yeah, I do.
I didn't get that when I got a boat.
But and I asked him about that. I said,
hey,
listen,
we're not having a kid. I want a boat.
I have a lot of write-offs due to costs from childcare and stuff like that. And he said, this is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't mistake this. If you have a lot of write-offs and you're constantly at the threshold, this is an additional tax credit that is it's off to the side. You will get the $6,000 or whatever. I think it's $6,000. You'll get that $6,000 if you make less than $150,000. If not, then we're going to ask for it back. And I don't understand why they didn't why the necessity to give the people the money immediately. Why not see how things shake out?
I mean, people need money. I mean, I know that people have gone through a hard time, and especially if you have a family, there's a lot of expenses that go with that. So there's that side of it. And then the other side of it is it seems like every time we have a Democratic president in office, they just want to start giving everybody money that, it's all going to have to be paid back one way or another. It's not like it just came, as my mom said, money doesn't grow on trees. So, I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's surprising to me because I think the important thing to realize here is if you got money last week and you think you're going to make over $150,000 this year, and they're basing it on last year's, and you took a big hit last year, make sure to go to the IRS.gov website and click on the child tax credit. It's the CTC, the child tax credit link, and opt out. It's too late. I already got one.
I mean,
payment.
if anything, just if this is turning a light bulb on in your head, then maybe call your tax guy,
Yeah,
or your tax
absolutely.
gal, or whatever, your tax professional, and ask him a few questions.
I heard these guys talking about this on the radio this morning. There's a chance I could be making $150,000 this year. Is
and
that
they just sent me a check. What do I do with it?
Because if you count on that tax return for that time of year for whatever it might be, maybe it's a summer trip, maybe it's spring break, maybe it's home improvement or something like that. That's not going to be the case, and you better be chunking that money that you're getting right now as the credit is coming your way aside, just in case if you don't opt out.
93.3 KZOZ rocks.
I know this.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ. Yeah, baby.